Suicide Squad Isekai, huh?
All of my brothers is locked in. My new car came with some options. I'm in Houston with a bitch from Boston. Bought me a Cuban link just to peroxide.
Before I get into any of my likes or dislikes or even my claims, let me at least get into the story of Suicide Squad Isekai. With the story first starting out with Harley as well as the Joker, and it feels like it's a lot of reminiscent of the shitty, oh my god, this movie is really bad, Suicide Squad 1 movie.
I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
But thank God is nowhere close as bad, at least to me anyways. But they're terrorizing the city, and Harley and the Joker get separated in this bar, and when they get separated, Harley actually gets ambushed by Katana, basically Amanda Waller's lapdog, and she gets sent to prison while the Joker actually escapes. And as all these chain events are happening, Amanda Waller is actually trying to figure out how to get to a new world the whole time. And once she figures this out, she actually sends in Harley, Peacemaker, as well as Deadshot, Michael Jackson, Shark Boy, Lava Girl to this very distant land. And then they get ambushed. But that's where I'll end with the story. And now let me get to my claims as well as my likes and my dislikes. What I have to say about Suicide Squad Isekai is probably like it's loose as well as don't take it too serious. Have fun with it. And if you can't, then I would highly not suggest this for you because you might get irritated for a multitude of reasons, whether it be the Suicide Squad itself and maybe you're irritated in the fact that like how they specifically either act or how they're sort of treated in this or portrayed in this actual anime, or maybe because it's an Isekai as well as Isekai gets oversaturated to fucking hell, or just some other loose plot points that are here and there. But all that being said, I'm still kind of having fun. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and act like I'm not having fun. I came into it looking at it like it's Suicide Squad Isekai. Go in there having fun or you might not have fun at all. But in the wise words of a wise man, ain't no party like a tech night party. Now there's not a lot when it comes to the characters in the show, but I do want to mention a few things, especially with the main cast, the Suicide Squad itself with these characters, and sort of what I thought about them. Starting off with the Joker, who I was saying in the beginning. The Joker, for some reason, his Hot Topic self feels like he's a mixture of two things. He feels like a mixture of Heath Ledger as well as Jared Leto, and that's the most weirdest thing I pretty much can ever say. He reminds me of Jared Leto with his relationship with Harley as well as sort of the beginning of Suicide Squad when they're in the Lamborghini. Oh my god, I don't know why I keep remembering that shitty movie. Anyways, even with his clothing as well, it feels a lot like Jared Leto if anything. But the Heath Ledger part comes in when he talks about his monologue that he has here and there, or just how he talks about people or how he looks at the world. It feels like a lot like Heath Ledger in that specific way. He always goes on a little tiny monologue when it comes to anyone that's like coming across him. And for the rest of the people, like the actual Suicide Squad themselves, it feels like if I give you a clip note version of like who this character is and just a regular gist of some of their actions that they've done in either other media when it comes to Suicide Squad and put it in this anime. Going in on some of the examples, with one of them being Clayface. Clayface, for one of his iterations as a character, he's a hack actor that necessarily never made it into stardom. Or for example, you have Deadshot, who really loves his daughter and will do anything for his daughter and is an assassin. Or you have Peacemaker, whose main goal is basically to have peace no matter what. He doesn't care what the cost is, he'll do anything to achieve peace. And also sort of his interaction with Deadshot, just like in the movie before, in the second Suicide Squad movie, where they have an interaction where they just sort of hate each other and they sort of always fight here and there, and that's what gets translated into here. Or the example of Harley as well as her loving the Joker all the time, and sort of in that moment of time in her history where she really loves the Joker no matter what. For me, saying all this to basically say it feels like it's a beginning. It's a beginning for anyone that wants to get into Isekai or anime or just a Suicide Squad themselves. It just feels like it's a beginning act to any of that. If you want to start with something or have your very first anime or have your very first gist of some comic book characters are, then you can just watch this and get a small little taste of how it is. Now, it's not perfect at all, but I'm saying it's a good example or good start to doing something else. Then on top of me saying that I don't think anyone should really take it too seriously, just have fun with it, I feel like the show itself doesn't take it seriously at all. And why I say this is basically from just a few ideas of like, one, Clayface, how he always like breaks the fourth wall or says, oh, this is a cliche, or oh, this is like an isekai literally out of his mouth.
Now this is some isekai.
This isn't the time for your bullshit movie!
And that can either be extremely annoying to some people or just be funny, and I'm sort of in the camp a little bit that's funny. Then there's also the straight up montage into a straight up dance number that happens inside of the prison that they're in when they're trying to escape it, I believe in episode 2. I feel like if anything, the show is basically telling me that we're gonna have a chaotic ride, just come on, strap in and let's do this thing. Then there's also something I do have to mention at the very bare minimum is the animation. I think there are some points in the animation, whether it be some of the choreography parts or just some of the regular running parts, where it feels like it's either a little messed up or like they either had a lot of fun in certain other moments of the show, whether it be the choreography that was in the beginning of the episode 1, or maybe Deadshot running, or just how you see Harley just get out a big ass frying pan and just slam a fireball into a dragon. But still, overall, I felt like consistently is actually pretty done well. And one of my favorite scenes that I do want to talk about is sort of the Deadshot scene, where it comes with Deadshot as well as Ratcatcher, and how he feels like in his head that he's helping him, but in all reality he's actually being a dick the whole fucking time, and Ratcatcher basically hates him whenever he actually sees him. But going back to what I was saying before, it does all feel a lot like it's all surface level. Like, we don't really delve deep at all into most of these characters. We only get a glimpse of who they are, a glimpse of what they are, and I feel like if we sort of did, even though it's only 10 episodes, we could get a lot more out of it, and a lot more people have done a lot more with a lot less. But still, for what it is, I'm actually still having fun with it. But if anything, tell me what you guys think about it in the comment section. I do want to have a discussion and discourse about it, and sort of see what everyone's head's at when it comes to this anime right now, where I feel like it's going to be divisive. It's going to be like where people are going to like it for certain actions and hate it for others, and just think it's flat out mid. But as of right now, up until episode 6, I'm still having fun with it. So I'm going to see what by the time it gets to episode 10, and sort of give out one more video as a whole in the series, and really give my full fleshed out opinion. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!